In the game of marriage, who is more important? Is it the two individuals getting married or the families of these individuals? Now, this question came up in one of our group chats where we discussed things about life. And I took my time to answer because I've been researching this topic on what makes marriage or what makes marriage to work and what makes marriage to fail. So we're going to answer these questions today and see my opinion and her opinion and what we both think. So what do you think? And I will rephrase the question. In the game of marriage, who is more important? Is it the two individuals getting married, the boy, the man and the woman, or the families of the man and the woman? Where should their attention be on?
Okay.
What do you think?
From my own perspective and being someone who has the mind of her own,
Sure.
I feel like when it comes to marriage, that your partner is important and his family is important. The level of importance of these two factors are equal. No one is more than the other. Now, there are stages to these things, right?
Yes.
I think when it comes to marriage, the first stage it is when before you get married is the first stage, and this before you get married, it is when you met your partner, the talking stages,
Yes.
down
The
to
dating, the going
dating.
out.
Yeah, exactly. According to the church, we have the level is like you're courting. Okay, those stages are very, very important, and this is where you get to know your partner.
Sure.
At the talking stages and you going out and dating and all of that, you don't really know his family that much. So it is you focused on learning and knowing your partner. This is where you are able to kind of discover the red flags, discover the things, whether you can live with this person for the next 10, 20 years or not. Now, when you bypass this stage, you can convince yourself that I want to be with this man, I want to be with this woman. I think where you now focus your next attention is in that person's family because it takes the two to work. It takes you knowing your partner very well and being compatible with your partner, and then moving over to the family and being compatible with the family because they are letting you into their family, they're letting you into their good parts and their bad parts, they're letting you know their secrets, they're letting you know who they are inside. So it takes you being compatible with them, knowing that they could trust you with their secrets, knowing that they could love you as their own and you could love them as their own. To make
And you are welcomed into the
and you are
family.
welcomed into the family. So at this stage when you're getting to know the family, for every sensible human being, you know which family is accepting of you and which family is not accepting of you. And that family knows who they are accepting and who they are not accepting.
It's not obvious at the very beginning, though.
Yeah, it's not really obvious at the very beginning, but if you are the kind of person that picks things, you should be able to know. Now, this is where your character comes as like it's paramount. And I'm not saying that the family's character is not really important as well. Family character is important as well, but you put in the energy and then you know whether the energy is being returned to you as well. So it's not becoming a one-sided thing at the end of the day. So if you see that both of you are compatible, that you put in the energy and the right thing you're supposed to do, as someone who's trying to enter into a family, and they are welcoming, you can feel the hospitality from the family. Like, these people really want me, they like me, and they want me to part of them. Then it's good.
So,
And another stage continues after marriage. But I would like to hear your opinion.
well, my opinion is straightforward. If you look at what marriage is and what we intend to achieve through marriage, then you see which side to really lean on. Uh, in my research, I said that nuclear family does not exist without the extended family. Because the problem I find with this whole thing is because the question was asked, and I really told her something. Individuals like us, young people like us, and the newly married people, the danger we put ourselves into is isolation. I care about my husband better than I care about any other person. I care about my wife better than I care about any other person.
Exactly.
People have their husband's brother in the house, but they don't really feel like the husband brother is anywhere part of the family.
Exactly.
They isolate themselves, they do their stuff, and at the end of the day, when the whole thing comes crashing down, they will see that all these people they isolated from are those people making the choices on if this marriage is going to stay or this marriage is going to go away.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, I think for anybody who is decided to go into marriage or anybody who is already into marriage, what you should be focusing on is the entire experience. The entire experience really requires you to really be in contact with the family that you got into, both man and woman. And I have to really unpack this thing properly. So if you are new, you met somebody and then you like that person, you need to know the stage of observing and checking out your partner. You need to know when it stops. Because why you need to know when it stops is you can go into a loop of over analyzing your partner, and then your marriage plan is coming down. You see, is it this guy? Is he going to cheat? Is he going to do that? You get swallowed up into the imagination of what is it going to be like when we finally becomes two people running a house together. And then you forget to really think and analyze those group of people who are actually going to make the decision if this plan you guys have is going to work or not.
Okay.
So to have, in my opinion, a happy marriage, because the thing with marriage is so scary, is not a contract that has a date to end. I call it the forever game. It's the forever game. It's the forever game.
Like that saying that says that your partner, you're like the first person you get married to, is your real partner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even that person that comes. So I'll be like, so if you get married to a bad person, a bad man, a bad woman, so that there's this kind of a mark that is on you that this is the person at the end of the day that, like, entered into this union.
Yeah,
It's very
it
important.
makes sense. It makes sense because
So,
before you there's a virgin level on everything. There's a
yeah.
virgin level on everything. And when we are at a virgin level, we tend to do things with more clarity. I think I say more clarity or more passionate. Yes. When you find your first love, you're more passionate about that. Then the second love, you're not going to be more passionate about the second love because it's some kind of comparison.
Yeah, but what about the argument that says that some people find their love after marriage?
Whatever is done is done. As long as life is concerned.
So
What
how do you
happened?
reconcile the fact that you found love after marriage?
Let's not dive into that.
Okay.
We are trying to answer the question. Who is important when you are trying to go into marriage, or when you are even in marriage?
Yeah.
This thing is evident. Everybody is focusing on the husband and the wife, and there's a lot of shady business going inside the husband and the wife game. Because what I see in people today is that there's a lot of selfishness, a lot of me, a lot of you going on. That is not what you signed up for. That's what nobody signed up for. When you sign up for marriage, literally, you are signing up to work for the entire family. The two individuals that are getting married, the husband and wife that are getting married, are literally players in the entire game of marriage. Because it's not about the both of you, it's mostly about the two families. Now, I have to make this point. If a family does not really welcome you into the family, the marriage will not work.
Of course.
It won't.
Yeah, I've always been this person that I tell people that don't go into a family that does not really accept you. Yeah, mostly, sometimes it is hurting for more with the ladies. Like the family is giving you all the signals. And all the time, we don't want you here. We don't want you in our family. No matter how you love the man, it is not enough loving that man because that family doesn't really want you to get in at the first place. We do every single thing in their blood to frustrate you. And by the time they start planting seed or doubt in your husband and making you look bad over and over again, because human beings are very skinny. They mean you, they mean you.
Sure.
You get before you know it, that so-called love that you found at the first place, we start to fizzle out.
Yes.
Start to fizzle. Before you know it dies off. And that particular partner you think everything with, we just kind of like start doing you in a bad light, and then you start regretting going into that particular thing in the first place.
It's true.
So this is where I get it that okay, the families are very, very important, and you have to really reconcile, knowing that okay, this is a family I'm going into. Are they accepting of me? Am I accepting of them? Then another thing
It's
could
really
happen.
tricky though, not to cut you off. It's really tricky to know if a family is accepting you. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes you see it from the first stand because the family is bold enough to make some comment
Yeah.
that will signal to you, okay, fine, there's something going on. This is not something I can fix.
Exactly.
So when there's something going on, most of the time it's left for is that the guy or the girl to take action. Why? Because they are the only one who knows exactly what they are feeling. They are trying to plead. See, what I feel like we individuals, boy, girl, are trying to do with marriage is that we're trying to beg our families, plead with our families to really accept whoever we bring in. But then the family have a choice. This is why in our local traditional marriage, people go to ask questions. Who is this family? Who was his father? What did he do? You can't marry this man's child. They said he was a murderer 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. And that becomes a thing. And you being this 21st century human being and be like, what? That was ages. I don't know the father. He doesn't exist. So I don't think anybody should cut me off my happiness. But this is actually the
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that control our
not
life,
only
and we have to pay attention to it. This is the entire point we are trying to make here. You have to pay attention to what matters.
yeah, because the thing is that nobody can cut your happiness, you get. So if you find someone that you really love and you want to settle with, you know, the person has some kind of crickets in their life that the person might not be really in acceptance with. Then the best thing to do is being that kind of person in your family who is able to start. It's more like if you are playing a drama, like it's a show where you start presenting your partner in a good light to your family,
Yes.
so that when your family finally meets your partner, they are seeing all the pictures you printed about your partner, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good. That is, I'm not saying about the foolishness of love that you know that this man is bad, he hits you, or this woman is one kind of one very white human being, and it's not really worth that value to be a wife, and you be like, okay, because you're getting some pleasures, you want to paint on the picture, so the family will accept the person. They will accept the person if you paint the picture, but you are going to regret it later. Kind of on the long
If you
long
know
run.
if you know you are doing something wrong and
Yes,
you just keep
yes.
pretending.
But you know that this your partner is wants all the value and has all the things you want in a partner. I think it's very very advisable you start painting that picture to your partner. This person, you understand that when they come in contact with your partner, they are seeing the picture you painted, and your partner will act accordingly.
But sometimes you might overpaint. See, the thing with marriage is, I think everybody is so desperate. We we don't think critically. See, love is blind, and I think that's the meaning of love is blind. Meaning, you don't reason properly. You don't weigh cons, pros and cons. Okay, what is going to work? So you might be the kind of person that your family trusts you, right? And they believe that you know how to make your best choice. You
Make the
can
right
you, you can make
choices.
the right choice, and then you did brought somebody and mom, this is Chukuma, and whatever it is good. And then he said, ah, he's good, he's doing this, doing this. You're painting him in a very good light.
Yeah,
But can Chukuma put up with your painting? Can he act like that? And that doesn't
exactly.
have to be, it has to come natural.
Okay, I think it's not about like it's not you literally painting the person that they can do what they cannot do. But it's about you announcing the good features, the good attributes of your partner to your family, letting them to factually, you understand,
Mm.
say it before they meet your partner. And you are certain that your partner will kind of act accordingly. It was not going to be a disgrace for you at the end of the day. Then this enables the family to be more accepting of your partner. And when they meet the person, they wouldn't be so kind of separative and all of
Mm.
that. You
Yeah.
understand? So you know where you're coming from, and you should be able to know how to handle your family. And then when it comes to this particular topic we're talking about, one is the pre-marital stages, which is what we're talking about right
Yes.
now. And then the other part about family inclusiveness comes after marriage. Some people are very inclusive before marriage. They act everything up and all of that. Then after marriage, they just like separate and becomes like isolated from the family. And this happens between the couples. From my own experience of what I've seen in other people.
It's,
Be
it's
like,
everywhere.
okay, it is just me and my wife, just me and my husband. Family does not really matter. Family matters a
It
lot.
does. And that's what we are trying
Because
to really,
it
that's
is
what
you
I'm
and
trying to
one
really
lady that
research.
are living under the same roof.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to live under the same roof for the next 10, 20, 50 years, 60.
It's 100. I'm going 100 years.
Depending
See,
on
the goal of not to cut you short, the goal of marriage is to end in death.
exactly, depending until death you apart. Right?
Yes.
So if you don't really like, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Going to be a lot of joyful moments and a sad moment. And the best thing is that if you're this kind of person that have a supportive family behind you,
Yeah.
they will give you all the strength you need to pass through this kind of burdens
Mm.
again. And then when it comes to marriage, is not a form of transaction as well. If you are a kind of person that is into one thing or the other, the families are your first pillar, your first support. And if you don't take the family you are going into as your family, when they see opportunities for you, they wouldn't be able to. Like,
Sure,
push
sure.
because you don't really
They will
know
isolate you.
They care because you're not really close to them. It takes closeness. It takes you showing up that you're a family member and treating them like family for them to always seek the things that will benefit you and see that is best for you.
Yes, that's
So I
right.
think that's very important when it comes to a marriage. You understand? When you kind of, for me, my own understanding, when you're already in the game of marriage, every member of your family's, your husband or your partner's family is your family. That's where it
That's the
is.
true meaning.
It's your family. It's going to be like, I can't do this for my husband's brother. We can do it for your own brother. I can't do this for my wife's sister or brother. You can do it for your own brother.
That's
You are creating a
separation that's not really necessary.
so, but when it comes to a union, both of you are already one. I'm not married, okay? But this is my understanding. Both of you are already one like this.
Mhm.
It means that you are one, meaning that everything that your partner owns, your partner owns in terms of family, everything that's related to your partner, it's not yours
It's
as
yours.
well.
It's yours.
It's merged.
It's yours.
And everything that you own, that is from your own end, both your baggages and your good parts, is still
It's
his
your
own
partner's burden, yeah.
and everything to pay as well.
If you isolate your extended family from you and your husband and your children, one, your children will be deprived of the opportunity of knowing their family. Secondly, when you have we really have a good issue that they need to really intervene. You don't have any friendly person there to really come out and say, okay, fine, this is what's going on, this is what's going on. I know the two of you, this is how you should do it. The problem most families are facing, most young families are facing, is that they don't really see the relationship as a relationship. They see it as some kind of an opportunity to be together. Yeah, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. I don't want to be outside. Me too, I don't want to be unmarried. So let's keep pushing until it spoils. Marriage is a wonderful experience if you really explore all the opportunities that have been given to you by the status of marriage. If I get married to you tomorrow, I'm married to your entire family. If your brother is a doctor, I have a brother-in-law that's a doctor. I should be able to make use of that. If I have a brother-in-law who is a banker and I'm a graduate, I'm looking for a job, what is really stopping me from calling me and say, hey, look, I really have this? He's part of my family. In fact, by right, I have the right to really use his opportunity as part of my opportunity because that's what the game of marriage created for us.
Yeah.
If not, everybody will be playing a single game.